Before the weekly analysis begins, I just want to let you know that I do have a Patreon page. We have two tiers available. The first tier is called Start Off for £15 a month, and what you will receive is access to a Discord server containing the beginners, intermediate, and advanced course, risk management course for Elliot Wave trading, as well as financial literacy content. This tier is also for those who want to learn at their own pace and generally just support what I do and just join a community of like-minded traders. The second tier that I have is called the Waveologist for £35 a month, and what you receive is everything that I mentioned above with the addition of specific chart requests for me to annotate on a daily and weekly time frame, and one-to-one support or group sessions depending on how many people have subscribed to this tier. The group or one-to-one sessions are for those people who want a little bit of extra help with their Elliot Wave education and also give the opportunity to ask me as many questions. Please do keep in mind that these are going to be 1 hour sessions depending on how many people have subscribed, and also I would say please do consider joining. It is really good value for money, and without further ado, let's get into the analysis. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, guys. This is going to be my Elliot Wave count for pound, yen, pound, dollar, and gold. But first of all, any views, opinions, or suggestions that are expressed in this video do not constitute to trading or financial advice. So let's get started here on gold. So gold has been moving sort of towards the upside, and then towards the end of the week, it did sort of move towards the downside, breaking sort of trend line areas. I did say that we were expecting more downside towards gold, and the reason why I say that is essentially because we are still currently, I believe, in this wave 4. We have a nice A B C, which essentially gives us a nice wave A right here. We also have a 3-wave move up here, so we have a 1 2 3, and that could be our wave B, and then we're expecting maybe a 5-wave moves back down for a wave C, which will then complete the wave 4. Now this could possibly be a nice expanding flat, or to me could possibly be a regular flat as well. And the reason why I say that is essentially because this level right here hasn't sort of gone below this level. Sorry, this level right here is below this level, and we're essentially seeing that sort of move towards the downside to sort of bring this market, essentially back towards the downside, if that makes sense. So this level right here, if I just clone that, we could look for something like this to eventually come. We could be in that sort of range essentially, so we could see some more movement to the downside before we then get sort of one more push towards the upside, bring this pair towards the higher, or creating new highs essentially to give us that fifth and final leg. In terms of that's a sort of long term, but in terms of short term degree, I also say the same thing. We do have an impulsive move right here, so this could be a wave 1 here or wave A. We have a 1 2 3 into a wave 2 right here, so this is a wave 1, and this could be the start of a wave 3. So wave 1 is finished, and this is a wave 2, and we could essentially see this market essentially push towards the downside for that wave 3 4 5 to eventually continue going towards the downside. At the same time, we could expect this where we are currently right now is this to be a expanded flat, or running flat, where this is essentially the wave 2 right here. So this and this. So we have a move like that, which is in 3 waves, and essentially we could see this to be the wave 2 finishing, and we could start the wave 3 coming in now. Overall, all in all, we are sure I'm looking towards the downside, and if you look at it in terms of technically as well, we can see that there's a nice trend line. It's broken the trend line, and we're getting that sort of retracement coming back in. Are we going to see some sort of rejection coming back in to then bring this market towards the downside? That is also a possibility as well. So overall, I would say, for my opinion, look for the shorts, and additionally, we have this sort of correction sort of coming in. Let that sort of finish, and then we can look for that short essentially. So let's go on to pound yen. So pound yen has been a bit sort of extended, corrected. When pound yen corrects, it usually corrects for a long time. So essentially what we have here is a nice impulsive move, 1 2 3 4 5. We have 3 waves here, 1 2 3 3 waves here, A B C, and then we've gone below this level right here, so this could be an expanding flat or a running flat. And what we should possibly get here is probably a wave 1, wave 2, then a wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, either taking these highs or falling just below these, giving us a running flat, and that will essentially give us a B C, to then bring this market towards the downside. Now in terms of longer, that's the sort of shorter term sort of trend where we see this market going towards in the near future. So not in the near future, in terms of the week to come, I'll probably see more upside coming towards up to take out these highs. but nevertheless we are bearish, if that makes sense. We've broken a nice trend line here, and it's closed below market structure as well here. It's a clean break, and we're getting that sort of correction after a market structure break. In terms of the overall sort of long-term view of things, I genuinely believe that we are still in this wave 4. So we are expecting one more push towards the upside to give us our fifth and final leg, but we are corrected in that wave 4, which will bring this market down. And in terms of the long-term foreseeable things, I do see this market hitting the, you could say, the 1.76 levels, 1.75 levels, coming down around here, taking these lows essentially right here. So we could see this market come back down, but I don't think this market is going to come down impulsive. It's going to be correcting move like that. Then we get three waves, come back down again, wait for that price action confirmation to give us that wave for completion and to give us a sort of entry or signal that we're going to continue going upside, for that fifth wave towards the upside, and then we essentially go up one more time before we get that huge drop coming with this pair. But nevertheless, I'm going to be assuming bearish, and not just that. Keep in mind, this is a wave 4. Okay, so wave 4 can behave anyway. This could not even go touch these levels. This could also be a triangle. It can be a WXYXZ. It can be a double combo, whatever it is. It could just be an ABC, and we just continue going up. So just be a bit careful. Ideally, you want to look for that sort of 38% level to be hit, which is around here, which is what I said about these levels. So around this 38% level, we'll definitely get that sort of nice sort of textbook style wave 4 correction to then look to go towards the upside. If it eventually hits the sort of top trend line, which is, when you look at channeling and Elliot Wave theory, the wave 4, the wave 3 usually breaks out of the channel, and the wave 4 usually comes to touch the channel before you then get that sort of entry towards the upside essentially. So yeah, that's the sort of overview of GBP, JPY, pound yen. Let's move on to pound dollar. So here we are, pound dollar. I did say that we're going to continue going down. We have an ABC into W, ABC into an X, and we're getting these three waves here. This could be a, and then we get three waves up again, and then come back down again for that wave Y, and to complete the wave X before we then continue pushing towards the upside again, essentially. But I would say just be a bit careful with this pair. We are corrected, we are in that wave X, but the overall sort of way towards the down, I'm going to be assuming is more to the downside. But at the same time, if you look at it in terms of the fibs, from here to here, we have hit that sort of 61.8% level, so we could get that three wave correction eventually coming in before coming back down to take out these lows. But nevertheless, I hope you guys did like my analysis. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. I do have a Patreon for all those people that are interested in mentorship. You guys will have access to a private Discord, and yeah, look forward to speaking to you guys soon in the next one. Take care. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.